the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, Luck. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, baby.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
4 down.
Check out. Blue 90.
87's mine. I got 87.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Right. He's tight right here.
675. 59.
4 down.
11.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
To right.
On second down, Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Line 65.
Switch.
Alert. Second. 390.
Mike 54. Wants to run. They're running it.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
59.
You got 4.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it? Oh, Brandon, that was a big play by the defense to keep him at the end zone on 3rd down, so there's an early decision to be made here, isn't there? I know that 3 is awfully tempting, but I'd pull on my big boy pants right now, and I'd go for it.
To your right. Go ahead.
They run. It's Johnson. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. Johnson kept out of the end zone on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Watch you now, Barney. Check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Gun! Team showed up. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to pump the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Let's get the ball.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Tight right. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Watch you now, Barney.
Watch the edge.
Now Gordon on 1st down. There he goes again. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Lucky 56.
Sixth guy. Check 6th guy.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
4 down, 4 down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Vernon Butler breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Tight to the right.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Odd. 3 down. Odd.
Hurry up. Here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
319.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
That's right.
No. Check. Patriot.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
622. Sponge. Put it.
They're going to go. It's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And Ginn's got it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Go ahead.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, we got
Here's Locke. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Wide, 622.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
One set. Check Mike 54.
Go ahead.
Here we go with Williams. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, Houston. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
But whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
54.
Let it roll. Tempo.
You don't want it.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Here's Luck. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Luck. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Let it roll.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Right, 675.
Right there.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 25 yards out. And Gonzalez puts this one through. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here we go.
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Jackson stepping up. He'll try and run. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Check nickel.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
SOS.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Watch him now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Gun!
Number 86. Watch 86.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Check 26.
Over. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
57's Mike 57.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Jerry Atauchu brings him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Gun! Here we go now. 319.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He's going to air it out deep for home. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3-19. Bang, 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 bang. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Here's Gordon. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Detroit! Detroit!
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Wide, 622, hold on.
Yeah, baby.
Wide, 622.
58, boy.
Luck on first down. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
12.
58 to Mike, 58.
A shotgun snap for Luck. It's caught by Bryant. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Trent Murphy coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Wide, 622. Color.
On second down, here's Locke. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll go down at the 28. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Throwing on third down, Luck. He completes it to Bryant. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
4 down.
Watch, it's 27. Let it roll. Put it.
From the gun, here's Luck. Buying time, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that, and wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Luck on the sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Andrew Luck scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
Now it's Luck. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. 4 down.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Texans on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Here we go with Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now running right through him. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go. Wide 90.
Out of the gun, Luck. Bryant with a catch right side. 30. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A huge play that time for the Colts. 61 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Chandler Jones in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Wide 622. Key right, key right, key right.
Luck. And he's going to go down again. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Shift. Motion.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey, 4 down.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun!
We got 4.
They pitch it out to Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Watch tight.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Kill.
Right back to him on first down. Open space inside the 10. That good for 22 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
4 down. Check.
Set. 319. 319.
Mike.
Watch him now, Barney.
31.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Kerryon Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To throw is Locke. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Locke. Flush to his right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Three down.
Now Gillisley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Three down.
They stay on the ground. This is Gillisley again. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.